Hello everyone, today we're going to see how to include some of the animation montages into our platform game. We're also going to see what a Montage Notify is and how to mirror animations. We're going to focus on the dash animation and one that comes with Unreal Engine by default, which is this wall jump animation. So if we go to the content folder into characters, mannequins, anims, unarmed, and then jump, we'll see that Unreal gives us a few animations by default. The first one of which is the dash animation, and then they have a wall animation. But as you can see, it only launches from the right side. So we will have to basically duplicate this animation but mirror it, so we'll have one where he's jumping from the right wall and one where he's jumping from the left wall. But first I copied these animations, and then inside the content, my stuff and the animations, here I have the dash animation, and this one is one of the wall jump animations. To create a montage from this dash animation, you simply have to right click, create animation montage, and this will pop up. Now if we look at the dash animation and we select the root bone, and down here we enable the root motion, we'll see that this animation actually has root motion. So in our previous tutorial, the way we created the dash mechanic is with a launch character forward, but you could also simply play the animation with root motion. However, I wanted to have more control on how far the character would move, and that's why I used the launch. But if you didn't want to do that and simply use the animation, we could, in theory, get a play montage node, make sure we get the mesh and plug it in here. Let's break this. On started, we're going to play montage. We're going to select this one that we created from the dash animation and put it in here. Play rate same, starting position 0, 0. Starting section. Okay. Now to have the root motion enabled, we're gonna disable this, enable root motion, and I think in theory the root motion of the animation should drive us forward. Exactly. As you can see, we have no logic whatsoever plugged in. We're just playing the montage with the root motion enabled, and we're not locking the root. And it still works. However, I do like more control over the force of the launch forward, so I prefer to do it this way. By the way, this play montage is exactly the one here, and we're using the same montage. The only difference is that I am disabling the root motion and locking the root in the main animation, since what you do to the animation will in turn affect the montage. Another thing I did is inside the montage, and we actually open it, I created a notify at the moment where I want the player to start pushing himself forward. So the launch force will be applied at this point in the animation. The way we create this is either on this track, or you can create another track. You want to right click, add notify, montage notify, and then once it's created we can rename it, change the color or whatever you want. I'm gonna remove this. And this basically tells the montage that at this point I want something to happen, and if I go back to my 3D no, third person character, I can use this pin on notify begin, so the moment the animation reaches that point, it will fire off the series of code. And that's how we get this. So you can either choose it to do with the root motion, which is simpler, but you have to have an animation that has root motion enabled. Or you can do the logic and specify when you want the force to be applied within the animation. Now for the, I'll just delete this. For the can wall jump, we had here a function where we determine if he's hitting a wall on his right side or a wall on his left side. And since this animation is so quick, we don't really have time, or it doesn't really matter when we specify when he's gonna apply the force. So what I did was simply plug in the montage as soon as we're firing up the wall jump. What I did notice, however, is that the animation clips a bit through the wall. The hands clip somewhat into the wall when he's performing the animation. We could, in theory, take some of the knowledge that we applied in the vaulting animation with animation warping to place the character at the proper position so the animation looks better. But since this is just a quick tutorial, I won't go into detail with that. We'll basically play the montage. This is the same node that we used here. Make sure you introduce your mesh. And a problem I came across immediately was that, where's the animation blueprint? 1 second. Here. I swapped the order for the montages to play properly, since this used to be like this. And the problem I came across, I don't know if it was for the, not this one, for the wall jump. As you can see, the feet try to reach the floor because the IK is still working. The IK, if you don't know what it means, basically means that the feet will position themselves according to the obstacles that your character is on. And by default in the animation blueprint, we have a condition where the IK should only work if he's not falling. By some reason, it doesn't detect this wall jump animation as if it's falling and the IK is still applied. I don't know why. So the way to solve this is to make the default slot, this default slot simply means where the animation montages should be played. And the way we solve this is simply putting the IK before the montages. Since with montages, you normally always want the montage to play how it is. You don't want the IK applying anyways. So this is just a quick fix. You could also try to backtrack why this condition is failing when we play the montage. But this is just the simplest solution. And now that we've changed the order, it works properly. To also check which slot, since you may have more than one slot, your animation montage is using, we can go to our content, go to the montages, and see that the montage is playing in the default slot. Now Unreal only gives us, I think it was the left side of the animation, and we also want him to be able to jump from the right side. So the way we mirror the animation is first we need to create this data table mirror. We right click on our content folder and look for data table. We're interested in this mirror data table. Here you have to select the mannequin, the skeleton of the mannequin that you're using, and then you would simply click accept. You can open it, but we're not going to do anything inside. This is just so you know what it looks like. And save it, close it, and we're done for it now. I'm going to delete it since I already have this one here. And then what I want to do is create a level sequence, which I'm going to call mirror dash. And we're going to mirror this dash animations since we don't have the other side yet. We're going to open the level sequence, and then we go to our third person level. We should see it here. We're going to select the animation in our content folder that we want to mirror, and we're going to say add selection from content browser. Okay. Here we have it. We don't need the mannequin body, so we can simply delete that. And then we have to select the animation, hit the plus, and select the dash animation. I have two, since I copied and pasted it in another folder. You can check the path, and this one is game characters, mannequins, animes, unarmed, or jump. The one I'm using is this one, where it's in game stuff and animations. So let's just select this one. As you can see, here we have it. We're gonna make sure that it ends when it's supposed to. If you want to be more precise, we can always zoom in, see that it's correct. And then inside here, we're gonna right click on the animation, go to properties, and in here, mirror data table, we're going to select the one that we created, which is mirror animes. As you can see, the path also says game stuff animations. Select it. We're going to simply click down here. And in theory, it should already be mirrored, which I think it is, since if this dash, he starts looking to my right, and here he starts looking to my left. So once we're happy with the results, we have the duration set appropriately. We can go here, right click, bake animation sequence. We're going to select the folder where we want to store it. I'm going to say mm-mirror. Click OK. Export. We can now close the sequencer. Save all. Let's close the animation blueprint. We don't need it. So this is the original, and we should have created here mm-mirror. Let's open a new window so we can compare them. So the initial pose for this one is this one, and this one it's inverted. And then let's see the jump. And as you can see, we achieved the desired results. And that's a really simple way to mirror your animations. Just in case you only have from one side, you can always duplicate it and mirror the animations for your needs. And this was all for today. It's a really quick and simple tutorial, but that you might find useful. I know that in my game I'm constantly using play animation montages, especially because we deal with a lot of parkour, and this animation notify begin is really useful. I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.